I have some other things, but you kind of gave a good gateway into rats. Like,
Yeah.
it's funny you said that. I never really thought about it. You never really see rats. I have two ball pythons, so I see rats all the time. Every Monday, I see two rats.
Oh, wow.
But those are much different than the city rats.
They're white,
And
right? You get them from the pet store.
yeah, yeah, they seem a little friendly. They're almost just like grandpa mice, mice's mouses, whatever. So they're not as scary to me. But we manage 1,500 units. You get you're on the front lines. Tom's got hundreds of units with like this is one of those things that people are always calling back up about and freaking out.
Yeah,
They might not even know if it's a rat or if it's a mouse. Like, so
I
kind of
know.
talk to us first from a real estate investor mindset of like things we should know more about rats and managing and residents and so forth. But love to hear
Yeah.
some.
I think that the most important thing is they are not just a nuisance. They're not just a structural threat. They are a public health threat. And they spread over 30 viruses and bacteria. And not to mention the parasites, ticks, fleas, worms. I mean, they're not good to have around. So if you have tenants, if you have buildings as a property manager, teach your tenants, if you see something, tell me, because that's the number one thing, being diligent about reporting them. I don't know if you guys saw that the budget was released for this year for sanitation and rodent abatement. It's a huge budget this year because we've been 9 years in a row, we're the rattiest city. And that's another thing that people are always like, how are we worse than New York? But you're not comparing apples to apples. They don't have alleys, they don't have places for them to hide. We do in Chicago. And not to mention like all the glorious food opportunities for them. But they in an urban setting, rats will always take advantage of human behavior. And it's just something you have to live with and protect your property against. They will chew through concrete, they will chew through car wires, they will chew through electrical wires, cable wires. I mean, if you have a property that's attractive to a rat, they're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell future generations. It's you got if you at the first sighting, you have to have a good communication system with your tenants, have a good reporting system, and then have a trustworthy pest management person on your side that you can literally text pictures to or call and be like, "Hey, we got another one. We need your help." It's so important as a property manager to have someone like our experts on your side because of all the things that could come up. I mean, we're talking about rats right now, but there's a bed bug influx happening right now too. And I know that's a lot of property managers' nightmares too. So,
Well, we're going to go through some myth busting today. All right. Because there's a
yes.
lot of things that, believe it or not, this will be somewhere episode 270, 280. And we've never had these type of conversation on. So this is like pent up demand at this point. So, you know, rats and cats. Is there, to me, I always seen a non-official correlation between the more cats I have, the less rats I have. Is that true?
Yeah, so rats are the prey of cats naturally. In nature, cats prey on rats and rodents. And so, and I don't know if you guys know that there's like a feral cat rental program that Chicago has that where you can actually rent a feral cat that they like would otherwise just be a stray cat. And they put them to work. And what they do, they don't eat these rats. What they're doing is they're just marking their territory, and the smell of the urine deters the rats because they don't want to be near predators. It makes perfect sense. But on that note, too, there have been more sightings of coyote in Chicago and in the suburbs. And we think that there's a direct correlation between the increase in rodent populations and rabbits and things like that with the influx of coyote populations, too. So it's all part of that cycle of life.
So there's cats for hire. Make sure I heard
Yep.
that right. I could literally go pay a per month or per fee and tell them my address and like
Yep.
that's wow. That's so
It's
myth
using
is
nature against nature, which is brilliant. But the thing is, they're just running them out of your property area zone. They're not actually like controlling them by eating them. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like again, because everybody's got their own threshold. We've got some people who are like, well, I don't want to kill them, we just want them to not be on our property. Well, that's where a cat would come in handy.
well.
And then
So
you're gonna have issues with your neighbors, maybe, but
Well, that is kind of my myth too. Of like, if you just keep them off your property, then they don't just leave town. They just go next door. They go somewhere close, and
They
you
take
almost have to do it
advantage
on
of
a
it.
block
Yep.
type
Yep.
basis.
Well,